the Super Eagles and Jose Peseiro. There's been all the talk over the past week with the NFF saying we're going to leave it up to the fans to determine if we offer Peseiro a new contract. But stakeholders have now come out to condemn the Nigerian Football Federation after they used a social media poll to decide whether to renew the contract of Super Eagles head coach Jose Peseiro or relieve him of his job. The NFF announced the appointment of Peseiro as the new coach of the Super Eagles on the 15th of May 2022, replacing Austin Eguavoen, who returned to his role as technical director at the federation. The Portuguese coach, who earns $70,000 a month, will see his one-year contract with the federation expire in just a few days' time. He expires on the 30th of June. The stats and figures since Peseiro took over the Eagles' job have not been particularly impressive, raising doubts about his credential to continue with the three-time African champions. Under the tutelage of the Portuguese, the Eagles have churned out underwhelming performances and have only won 4 of their 8 games under the watch of the 67-year-old manager, losing the remaining 4, with the side scoring 15 goals and conceding 11. It was also under Peseiro that the Eagles recorded their worst run in 42 years as they lost 4 consecutive matches, including a shock 1-0 defeat to Minos and 118th ranked, Guinea-Bissau in Abuja. That was last match in one of the qualifiers for the 2023 AFCON. The Eagles were ranked 30th in the FIFA ranking when the Portuguese took over in May 2022. But in the latest ranking released by the football governing body in April, Nigeria now ranks 40th, meaning that under Peseiro, we've lost 10 places in the world rankings. With his future now uncertain, the country's football governing body decided to leave it to a public vote using social media and SMS. I've never said anything like that before. Maybe they are just being inclusive, right? Involving Nigerians. And that's what the NFF president Ibrahim Gusau said in an interview on a radio show last week, where he said there was an effort to involve Nigerians in the decision-making process. It's a democracy, right? We're reacting to the NFF's approach. Former Nigerian defender who was part of the side that won the Nations Cup in 2013, Azubike Igweke, is of the opinion that the NFF should be the ones to determine if he's sacked or if he should remain in the managerial position. Also, TV presenter, who's also my colleague, Charles Anazodo, believes that the NFF took an irresponsible decision by leaving it to the public to decide if he goes or stays. Also, the General Secretary of the National Association of Nigerian Professional Footballers, Austin Popo, thinks that no matter what the people decide, the final decision still lies with the NFF. For me, I'm quite indifferent about it. I think that the NFF, I think it's just a signal, right, to show that the NFF themselves, don't forget that it's not this leadership of the NFF who appointed Peseiro. So naturally, it's safe to assume that they probably have different ideas. The present board of the NFF from that of Amaju Pinnick, who appointed Peseiro last year, they probably have different ideas. They're probably looking the stories that they might be looking towards a local coach in the event that they decide to let Jose Peseiro go. There's also the aspect of the fact that it's been topsy-turvy. The team has blown hot and cold under his tutelage in the last 1 year. So, I mean, they probably want to feel the pulse of the nation with regards to whatever choice that they probably have decided to make indoors right there in the glass house. So, for me, I think that it was quite performative, what they did. If they have relied on that poll to make a decision, then I would agree with Charles when he says that they are being irresponsible. But again, like I said, I think that they already decided what they want to do. Don't forget also that the financial aspect of the deal, like I did mention, he's on $70,000 a month. Genotro, that's the previous manager who was sacked in December of 2021, was on $45,000 a month. And as at the time when he was sacked, he was being owed 8 months' salary. Right, Peseiro himself, the reports are that he's been owed months of salaries, but the manager has chosen not to speak about it. Just like Genotro, whilst he was manager, we only started hearing his mind after he left the job. Maybe if Peseiro leaves today, we're going to hear stories. But I can tell you, with some authority that there are financial obligations not being met in that arrangement with Jose Peseiro. So maybe the new board have come in and are trying to say, look, $70,000, you know, with a guy who is giving us a 50% win ratio against, you know, I mean, not even playing at the World Cup, not playing at Nations Cup, and he can't win games as convincingly. Maybe we shouldn't invest that kind of money in him. But let's see what Nigerians think. So I think that's what has happened, and that's what I believe is quite performative. What has happened over the weekend, but we'll wait and see. His contract, like I said, expires in a few days. We'll see where the NFF stand, I think, immediately after the forthcoming holidays.